GitHub is amazing. It's like a time machine for your code. Imagine you're working on a project and you make some changes that totally mess things up. Don't worry, GitHub lets you go back to a previous version, like magic. But GitHub is not just about fixing mistakes, it's also about teamwork. Imagine you're working with a group of friends on a website. GitHub lets everyone work on the same code at the same time without overwriting each other's changes. Pretty cool, right? GitHub uses something called Git, which is a powerful tool that tracks every change made to your project. Think of it like a detailed history book for your code. Ready to become a GitHub master? Let's dive in. Let's talk about commits. Think of a commit like taking a snapshot of your project. You're basically saying, hey GitHub, remember this version of my code. To take a snapshot, you use two magic commands, and. First, you tell Git which files to include in your snapshot using. It's like putting your dirty clothes in the laundry basket. Next, you use to actually take the snapshot. The message is like a label for your snapshot, so make it descriptive. For example, you could write added a cool new feature or fixed a pesky bug. Now, your changes are safely stored in Git's history. Feel like a coding wizard yet? You've made some awesome changes and committed them locally. Now it's time to share your masterpiece with the world. Comes in. Pushing basically means sending your local commits to your GitHub repository, which is like your project's home on GitHub. It's like uploading your photos to Instagram, but for code. To push your changes, you use the command. This tells Git to send all your committed changes to your GitHub repository. Now your code is safely stored on GitHub, and everyone can see your amazing work. Before you can push anything to GitHub, you need a place to put it. That's where repositories come in. A repository is like a folder for your project on GitHub. Creating a repository is super easy. Just click the plus button on GitHub and select New Repository. Give your repository a catchy name and you're good to go. Now you have your very own GitHub repository. You can think of it as your project's home on GitHub.